Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jay Snow. Today, I want to talk to you guys about EVE Online, man. If you're an alpha pilot, particularly, that's who I want to talk to. Being an alpha pilot is kind of tough if you don't have anybody to help you. Luckily, if you are in our corp, we'll provide you with plenty of information. Take what you will, use what you want. Let's go ahead and get into EVE. So, I have been playing EVE for quite some time. Okay, if you go to my employment history, I was born in 2014. So I've been playing for a while. Most of my experience in game has been exploration. I've been with a few corps, and I wasn't really into the corp life. But recently, I joined Zeta, ZRBA, and you guys seem to be good people, and so I want to help out the alphas. Now, when it comes to EVE, if you're brand new to EVE, there's a few things you need to know. You're probably gonna rage quit. I'm born in 14 on game, and I rage quit periodically, and I take extremely long breaks, or I just play super heavy for a long time. But one of the things you're gonna want to do early on is figure out your menus. Now, menus are what you see on the screen. This right here is, I'm calling this a menu. This is a menu. Chat, I consider that menu. You have all these things, right? And a lot of times people early on don't think about how they need their user interface to be. So I'm going to show you. I'm just going to undock real quick. I'm in a high tech spot, so I'm just going to undock and pretty much warp to an asteroid belt or a planet or whatever, and I'll give you a couple of tips real quick. Okay, so we've officially undocked, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna right click in space, and I'm gonna go to planets and just pick anyone. It doesn't matter, and I'm never ever gonna warp to 0 unless I know the coast is clear, and I'm gonna go in for what I want. So typically I warp to within 100. Okay, so I'm warping in, everything's good. All right, you just watch your ship goes in, zoom out. Of course, I have, tactical overlay. I'll show you guys that too. This is how you should fly, though, in my opinion. Okay, you don't actually have to be like this, all in your ship looking around. Yeah, it's cool, it works, it's fun to do sometimes. Typically when I play, though, I'm out here like this. I don't have to be like right on my ship because I've been playing for a while. Graphics are great, man, but when you're trying to survive in EVE, all of these menus matter. Okay, so if you look over here on the left, I have inventory. Okay, your inventory is going to be the white box. Your assets will be, looks like a bank, right? So if I click this, it'll go away. All right, or drones are the same way. When I'm flying, I like to have all my stuff where, like, if I click it and try to drag it, I can't move it. All right. So you have a little lock right there. All of my windows have locks except my drones because I was just messing with them. Right. So if you turn off all of your locks on everything you have, and this is going to be different for everybody. You can put stuff wherever you want them. This is just how I fly. Okay. So I've got my inventory box right here. The reason I keep my inventory box up, especially for exploration, is because I'm typically loading my scanner, or I'll lose probes and then I need to come over here and reload them. My drone bay is over here. So, there's a lot of benefits to having this, and I also like to see how much loot I have. It kind of gives me an estimated worth, see how much my time is actually being profitable. But what you want to do, I'll always keep chat here, and then I keep my inventory right here, and I put the D scan right beside it. Okay, but you click these three dots and then lock window. Okay, and I'm gonna relock all of my windows because I'm having an anxiety attack anyways, just thinking about them not being locked. And you just go through, set up your stuff how you want it, and I'll just kind of tell you why I have my stuff set the way I do. Let me lock the probe scanner. Lock. Boom. Okay. So if you can look I've got inventory to the right, and I've got chat below that, and then immediately to the right, I have my directional scanner. The directional scanner is what's going to save your life if you want to become an explorer and make really good loot. Okay, because what you do on this D scan right here is you hit V on your keyboard, and you'll see like it did a little. You see what I'm saying? Now, there's a bunch of ways you can do this. You can go in down here at the bottom. You can click on this thing that looks like a little target, and you've got directional scanner, probe analysis, system map, and you also have your probe scanner, right? So if I was to click this, it would go away, right? I don't want it to go away. I want it back up. You need D-scan up at all times. So there's also a map that comes with this. I don't like using the map. I just like using the little box I have. Because what I can do is I can scan, say, all right, that's good. And if you notice, I don't know why it's set to 90. I normally do 180 if I'm flying around real quick. But if you put the angle on 90, okay, and just say our ship is facing this way, okay? See how we're facing kind of this way? So on 90 degrees, I can break it down. I've scanned looking this way, but then if I turn my screen and now I'm looking this way, I hit it again. You see how this changes? If you turn 90 degrees occasionally and you hit it, you're always going to get a different, scan. What the scanner does, excuse me, is it lets you know which direction there are certain things. I use this heavily for enemy combatants, okay? Especially if you're doing exploration, man, you need to know what's in the hole, right? So I keep my D-scan here, right in this little spot, and see, like right there, we got no scan results, and we're facing towards the Earth. If I go back over here, quarter of a turn, boom, look at all the stuff that's there, bro. There's so much stuff right there, okay? Now, if you're in a wormhole or you're in nullsec, like you don't get any local chat. Wormholes specifically, if they're not cloaked and they fly in and you're, being a good pilot, and while you're doing whatever, you're just constantly scanning to see, this D-scan is probably going to save your life more than you realize it, especially early on, because new pilots don't think about getting snatched up like that. But that's going to save your life, okay? Over here, I keep my drones, and I keep my drones up. Depending on what I'm flying, sometimes I don't even have drones. But I keep this window locked, and if I go to my inventory right here and I go to my drone bay, you can see that I have 2 Ogre 1s, okay? I keep this here because you can either right-click and launch your drones, but what I like to do is just drag them, all right? I don't have enough bandwidth or whatever. That's fine. So launch the drone. I don't have enough. These are the wrong ones. This is just something I threw together real quick. Or you can come out from the side on your inventory. Depends on where your mouse is at and how fast you need to do it, right? That bothers me that I don't have the right drones on here. But anyways, locations. Locations. You need to learn how to bookmark, okay? If you hold control and hit B on your keyboard, this will pop up. New location, okay? Now, typically when I'm wormhole exploration or I'm exploring somewhere new, I use this, all right? So I'll travel somewhere, I'll make a bookmark, and I'll call it safe, all right? Submit, and if you look right here, in this system I'm in, it created a bookmark called safe, okay? So let's say, I don't know, we want to go to this belt right here. All right, what I'm gonna do, like I said, you never want to warp to within a 0. You always want to warp to like within 100, okay? If I need to make a safe spot for me to warp out to, I'll wait until I'm traveling, and then I'll just hit Control B, and I'll name it real quick, safe spot. Boom, I got what I need mid-flight. I got a spot that it's gonna be almost impossible for anybody else to get to, and it's called a safe spot. Okay, so I have my locations here. I'm gonna delete this one because no, I'll delete the one we just made. It doesn't matter. We'll remove one. Yes, get rid of it. So now I have a safe spot. Say I flew in at 0. Where did that belt go? Let's zoom out. Say I flew in at 0 on this, and there was red targets or NPCs or unfriendlies. I fly in at 0. I didn't know they were going to be there. I went in by mistake, and I went really quick. Now, instead of having to go right-click, asteroid belt, Erlen, or planet, Baron, whatever, and then warp into 100, I don't have to do that. I can literally just go to my safe spot and warp to. You know what I'm saying? That in itself is going to save you, especially if you're in space, okay? So the other thing I have is my probe scanner. I don't have my probes out yet, and I'm going to get into the exploration. I'm going to do a separate video for exploration. I just wanted to show you guys how I use the user interface, okay? And I reinstalled Eve and uninstalled it because I was having some issues the other day. So I don't actually have my overview. I've got custom overview that I use. So this would be like green, red, blue, like it would have it. And I'll show you guys that too eventually. But I keep my probe scanner up because as an explorer, you're gonna wanna throw probes. You're gonna want to get in a wormhole, scan everything down, pull your probes in, and then guess what? You don't have to come over here like this and hit this button anymore. You don't have to do that. You can just go right here and say you want to go to this. Boom, warp to 100, fly in, investigate the site, make sure there's nothing there, nobody's gonna get you. Sit there for a few minutes, just double check, run your D-scan every time you're playing, run your D-scan. I'm in high sec, so I'm not really bumping the D-scan like I normally would, but you need to be spamming that thing, okay? We don't want to go to this acceleration gate. I'm just showing you. Get off of there. So my probe scanner, all of the stuff I scan is going to be right here in this corner. It just makes things so much easier when you've got all your menus up and you're able to like get used to not playing like this. Well, let me get off of that. Not sitting here staring at your ship or whatever. I mean, that's cool, man, but if you're going to be successful, you need to stay alive. I get killed when I PvP a lot. I'm not really a PvPer, man, and the corp's trying to help me out, but I just want to do a quick video. Set your screens up. Get your user interface how you like it. Spam the directional scanner, okay? Spam it. It's going to save your life. So in the next video, the next one coming up, this is part of exploration. I just wanted to show you guys this because there's a couple things I probably showed you as an alpha that you didn't even know. Eve is more than just flying out there and making money. Like you got to play this game smart. You got to think about what you're doing, where you're going, how you're going to do it, how are you going to get home, all those things. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason why people will start Eve and eventually quit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just so much information early on, and most people who try to come over here are used to playing like No Man's Sky or, you know, whatever space simulator they have where you just fly around and you gun people down or build or whatever. This is a completely different kind of game. You gotta do a lot of homework, do a lot of research, think about what you're doing and stuff. And so anyways, I don't want any of the alphas to quit that are in our corp. I'm just want to do some stuff that's really going to help you guys progress in the game. All right. So that's going to be about it for this video. This is just, like I said, it's a user interface kind of video. And hopefully you got some information out of this. And then the next video I'm going to do is going to be a series just on exploration. Okay. So appreciate you guys watching, man. Y'all have a good one. Fly safe.